Hey kids, what's happening? So, this thing, yeah. We're going over cutting holes in plywood that is already glued in, which sucks because you should have cut it before you glued it in. With the new Permagrit Dremel tools, Dremel bits. So we're gonna go over that. And I got the tanks in and some fuel tubing, getting that all fit in there. And there's a little shelf back here we're putting on. That's still glued, so that's good. And then there's also some venting ports that I'm putting in the scale location. And so I can vent my tanks and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, let's get started. What I'm trying is, this is the bigger of the two. Shit, I'm trying to find it. God damn it. I can't get it out of my freaking tool chest. In the 5-piece kit, you get this skinny one and then you get the bigger one. So we're trying that out today and see how well it does with shaping out these holes a little bit better. I'd say that did pretty damn good. And I'm not burning up my paper. That is hot though. Holy shit. Woohoo! That's hot. So be careful when you're doing those. Oh, come on, get in there, you little piece of shit. Well, now we're gonna try the smaller one to really get into these corners. So that worked really well, considering I've been using the typical paper sanding drums. Even low, they end up getting wore out super fast, and you gotta unplug them, change them. These work pretty good. But yeah, you gotta worry about, that one's still warm, even after a few minutes of just doing it, but it's not clogged. It's ready for the next shot. They think they're worth their weight in gold. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Hey, I'm building something, sort of. Yeah, I'm taking stuff out. And what I'm building is sawdust. And the reason I'm cutting in the holes is because I forgot. I should have put the holes in before I glued them in. It would have been a lot easier, a lot cleaner, and a lot prettier. But we know how building scale helicopters goes. You do a little bit, and then you go back and you fix what little bit you fucked up. Okay, so, yeah, it's a weird angle, I know. I have these tanks in there, and it got a little bit of fuel. These are 40-ounce Dubro tanks. This is a 24-ounce Dubro tank. So I'm replacing these with this, and you can see the size difference because I am not limited by fuel, I am limited by electrons. So to save a little height, I'm putting these in. Every flight that I had on the 600, was, 5 minutes. Well, I wasn't even using half of these big ass tanks. So to save a little weight, I'm going with the small 24-ounce, two of them still, and I'm going to put them in the floor of the thing. But these are smaller than those height-wise. I mean, you can see the difference in height. So that will allow me to put these below the floor and actually have a floor. What I got to do is these holes are smaller than what the holes in there, and I need these gas and diesel and Jet A and all that sort of stuff. So I needed these plungers, and these are the ones out of the big ones. So what I got to do is I got to go in here and I got to make this thing slightly bigger. So not by much. I think 1 millimeter total difference. Just need to waller it out a little bit. And this one is already done. Got new fuel tubing in there, in the clunk. And I'll probably take these out because they're just clunks and put some of the good felt style of things. I should probably look in here and see if I have some. But yeah, a good felt clunk in there. But this is working for now, so we're going to go with it. And I'm using the cool new Permagrit Dremel tool in here to just kind of waller this out. Just to see how these fit in here. Nope. Then what I'm doing, I'm going to trim some of the stuff that's being created as I'm filing it out. And it's all falling in there, so I will have to blow these out in order to keep all the plastic from getting sucked into the turbine. We don't want that. And what I'm doing here is I'm actually starting plunger rubber down into the spot so that we can slip it in. It has a nice tight fit for it. Aha! Perfect! Got the vent up on top, and I'll have that. And I'll take this all out and get it all sucked out and get all the little plasticky bits that I just dumped in there that you can see down at the bottom. We'll get the new clunk and stuff on there. Yeah, bingo. All right, so here are the old tanks, and you can see they are way higher than the floor that I want. And here's the new tanks. And you can see they fit way below the floor. So that was the whole point of this. And besides, whenever I'm flying the 600, the EDF sucks up so many milliamps that I will never use up this whole thing in a flight. So, and here's me, I was trying to, this isn't the size of a 16,000. This is actually the size of a 6,000 that I cut down. I was playing with different sizes of packs, trying to get as much as I can. And so there is where one pack is going to go, and then the other three we're going to go up here like I do with my 5,000s. But in order to get this in here, that is just slightly higher. So a 6,000, this brand of 6,000 pack, the cardboard hollow type, is not going to work for what I'm doing, because I needed one here and one there. I could get these in, because that's just below the level. Nah, it's still a little high for where the floor's got to sit. But I can get two of these in here. If I can get this one right there, I can get that one. It's still just slightly right at the bottom of the floor. So if it puffed, it would lift up any of that stuff. And then I'd have to put the other two packs right here. So I had to put one there and then one there. And I'm planning on putting the ECU right here, or I might put it over there, something kind of out of the way. I'm making it pretty now that I know that it flies. So yeah, just getting stuff in there and done. I'm building something. And here's how I'm going to attach this thing. Is I'm going to put a couple slots in there and some Velcro, and everything is held in there pretty damn tight. It can move a little bit, but it's not going anywhere. A couple slits, some Velcro, that way I can easily remove it if I want to. And everything is down below. Got my the hell those freaking anti-bubble bullshit. I can't remember what the name of them. What the fuck are the name of them damn things? UAT. That's what that is. UAT. And I can't remember what the U and the A and the T stand for, but that's what it is. This will be my fill, which I'm kind of hoping that I can run it out and actually use the spot where the fuel tank fill is, make that actually work. I think that'd be really cool. Actually, this goes to here. I also go to those two. This is my fill, and this goes to the turbine. So, yeah, so we get this figured out. It's going to be pretty. All right, so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find my center line, and I've got a good center back here by way of the little extra dip for covering up the end of the bigger motor that the 600 has. So I've got to get this line lined up with this line. So I've got to use a freaking giant ruler to get this lined up. And of course it's never lined up really, because it's a fuselage that is just kind of done. But we give it the best we can. There's my line. There's my center line for underneath. So now what I can do is, see, like right now, I am trying to put in these vents And what these will do is these will come out of the bottom. Back here in the back, there are vents that come out on the bottom of the fuselage for all kinds of stuff. Well, I'm actually making it work for the venting for the fuel tanks. So I'm trying to get these as close to a scale position as I can. And to do that, I need to know where the rivet lines are going to be. So they come off a center, and then there's two more. Then I can place these where I need to have them. Yeah, this is called building in ultra detail. Pain in the ass is what it is. All right, I'm going to show you. So these vents, and I'm not sure exactly which one it is. I think it's this one and this one, are the vents for fueling and stuff like that for the tanks and all that good shit. Anyway, so I have to first find my center line, which is what I was drawing. Then I have 2 rows of rivets on either side from center that look pretty even. So this is what I'm going with. Okay, now we're looking at the ass of this thing. So here is the extra little piece to clear the bottom of the turbine. So when you see them from the side, that's kind of what the layer. It's just a little extra piece because the motor's bigger and it sticks down. So here is where those vents will be going. And here is my rivet lines. So I found center on this, but it's not center between here and there. So like from here to there, it's 90 millimeters. From here to there, it's like 100. So I'm not going to worry about this difference looking more than this difference, and mainly because it's underneath. But I kind of want to get somewhat accurate. So I've gone off of this as center line, and then there's the front that comes down. So I'm just going to go with that. And you know how scale is. You got to fudge everything. So now we can put in, where'd they go? These little vents. And the curved part's going to be up inside. So I'll have a little bit of this down, sticking out, a little pipe. And that's going to go about right there. So we'll see how that goes. All right. I've got them mounted and epoxied in with some old high sol that I have I'm trying to get rid of. So, you know, you scuff up both sides and I put it on there, and what it'll do is it'll go from these 2 points under there and vent out both sides. This is what will be exposed underneath there. I don't know why it's not focusing. Focus, you piece of shit. There's the holes that I went by. So we can start doing some riveting, maybe. All right, and a little extra. I got to put this battery back here against this wall for balance and all that other kind of good stuff. So I made a little shelf, and I had some glue left over, some epoxy actually, left over from gluing those in. So I just made a little shelf and just glued it on. Called it good. And then there'll be some Velcro across the back for this to stick onto. And that will be the pack for the turbine.